I'm Paula. I'm a graduate student in the Library and Information Science program at San Jose State, and I just wanted to present to you a call to action, or if you would, a modest proposal about safeguarding cultural heritage in Ireland, or how libraries can gently work to promote the Irish language. So first of all, on the principle of safeguarding cultural heritage as it has to do with our duties as library information professionals. The UN Declaration of Human Rights declares cultural heritage as a human right. And when we're talking about cultural heritage, there are the aspects of tangible things that can be, touched, physical things, and intangible. And we're talking here about the intangible. We're talking about cultural and linguistic rights. In particular, languages are vehicles of our culture's collective memory and values. So what does this mean in the Irish context? When I think of the identity of the Irish and all they went through to make it as a nation, and finally to have self-determination as a people, it seems the height of sadness that they can lose so much of their identity by losing their language, which is pretty much what is happening right now. Every year, lots of native Irish leave the country, lots of migrants come in, demographics are shifting, and diversity is very popular now, but there is a concomitant loss in Irish identity and commonality. And that's just a fact, really. So the problem here is that in the UNESCO World Atlas of Languages, Irish is considered definitely endangered. Um, but there's also a sense in which Irish sort of falls through the cracks. It's actually not considered an indigenous language by the UN. So they have an year of indigenous languages, International Decade of Indigenous Languages. And just keep in mind that about 400 languages or so since 1950 have died. That means about 6 die each year. And Irish is endangered. So now here I do want to share that there are lots of efforts being made because it's a small country for the government to be helping. Lots of organizations are involved in the promotion and teaching of the Irish language, but all the same, census by census, it's dying out in the native areas, which is the Gaeltacht they're called. And here's my question. Are Irish libraries uniquely poised to help? And I believe that they are. I think it's part of our role to safeguard cultural heritage as IFLA has it. Libraries offer so much. There's potential for social space, learning resources, and advocacy. But right now, there's no current statement of Irish Public Library commitment to the Irish language in particular. Now, there are two communities that will be served, the Gaeltacht, the native speaking areas, and non-native Irish learners who are often urban. Now, here are some proposals I would make to help in the Gaeltacht. Now, they already have Irish language collection development going on, but they could have more of that and more library locations in these areas here, especially in the West. I would advocate for programs to teach librarians Irish and encourage its use and to incentivize their interest to keep learning. Um, and I would like a statement coming out of public libraries that they are interested in participating in this activity. Now, when you have urban Irish learners or people who are non-native, there is a movement called the Pop-Up Gaeltacht movement, but there's no current it's very hard to find about Irish programming, like when they'll have like Irish language hours or whatever. For instance, here at the Cabra Library, I had to go in person and see on site what their schedule was for that. And there really isn't, it's kind of hard to find online resources for that. Here I want to keep saying, why do libraries have to be gentle about this? The type of Irish language learning, Irish is compulsory at the level, at the secondary, up to the secondary level for students in Ireland. But for some reason, it's still not really spoken as a daily thing. So, I think we can counteract this kind of like high stakes, like testing type attitude in a library, which can be more poised to treat the language in a way of play, like non-high stakes but fun cultural participation. So there's even a sense where people who are good at it, who learn on their own, it's kind of an elitist thing. So I would want to emphasize the call to accessibility. So I got this picture of stakeholders from the Heritage Council strategic plan. And I just want to keep in mind that all these people are involved in this process. And what does the library have to offer? What's on the left? Public libraries want to offer a bright, attractive, trusted, welcoming civic space. And in this space, it seems to be natural that this is where all of these different stakeholders can become involved to encourage Irish. And I want to offer as a model here, it has to be modified a little because we're talking about the South Dublin City Council, but they have an Irish language scheme that's been going on for the past 3 years where they try to make sure that someone who knows Irish is available upon request to encourage the hiring and staffing of people who know Irish and other practices like that. And I think that this kind of thing can be modified from not just like a city council level, but also to the library level, with all coming alongside with all the things that libraries have to offer. Thank you very much.